eyeballs, what did you see?
It couldn't have been me, sir. I was front row in my AOC t-shirt, foie gras sucking on a press release, sir. My head down, fourth shot, good little sheep, sir. Sit down, sweetie, the adults are gonna speak first. They trust the science and they're terrified of research. Here to thank our healthcare heroes, they've been feeding to the burnout, feet first. Until suddenly they dip mid-shift, take a header off a bridge. Such a shame, they were really such a sweet nurse. Now they'll never get the card and the cold slice of pizza meant to thank them for their teamwork. Now they'll never get the baggie full of checks mixed, which would be the one reward they'd see for the moms they had to intubate. And the countless cries of grief since we've been haunted by the specter of the C word. Now all the applause for our healthcare heroes rings a very hollow note because we played it out like Freebird. See, add the ones and zeros in our fragile checks and balances are checks for all the wealthy who have such unholy talents that we think it's patriotic that we all got zero balances. And re-elect Pelosi so she'll face our toughest challenges. Which is analogous to water from a drowning man. Nancy disregards our impoverished with a spiteful and dismissive little waving of her withered hand. Cause 500,000 freezing on the streets is Biden's winter plan. And I bet you swore they told you you were voting for a different man. But really all you wanted was a different man. It didn't make a fucking difference if he finishes the previous inhabitant's agenda and starts auctioning protected land. Biden's born to leap at any war a donor's check demands. Turns out that you can't cure greed once it infects a man. Once they lose respect for human life and focus all their fucking efforts on the oil baron rescue plan. Honey, what are we to Hecuba or Hecuba to us that if she's starving we should give a damn? Why should we be moved to tears if someone isn't eating? We won't even recognize that food is essential to our being. It's just us and motherfucking Israel who will not guarantee that food's a basic human right. Because starvation is our favorite tool of genocide disguised as sanctioned democratic healing. That's me in the corner, losing my religion, gouging out my eyes and then dancing on the ceiling. Jesus fucking Christ, what a feeling.
Hey, what about you eyeballs? What did you see?
It costs that much cause it takes me fucking hours. Fucking hours. It costs that much cause I don't have superpowers. Superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much cause it takes me fucking hours.
Well, here we are once again, back in the ring to take another swing on the, still in the witching hour here on the East Coast. Good evening, everybody. Uncle Warren here, and it's another secret show, capping off an epic day of INN's 1-year anniversary. Lots of great videos. We did a live stream at 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. Pretty much a sausage fest. The girls were too scared to come on, and probably for good reason. I really don't blame them. So we had a few wild ones in there. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, got a little chicken for you here. What the Jesus Lord? Like and share and subscribe. You'll see the link tree down below, linktree/extra Bulla. You can also check out who's in the Indie News Network. All the links for that down below with linktree/Indie News Network. Let me bring in my lovely and talented co-host, Miss Jimi. Yes, it worked. Thank goodness.
Lovely, talented co-host. That's a little forced.
Actually, I meant me. You're all right. Wait, what? So, how are you doing this evening, doll?
I am great. I am live. I am ready to go. I have had a wonderful weekend so far. Relaxing, very relaxing. So, I'm ready. I'm pumped. It's been a good day. You guys have been so many shows. I've been trying to keep up. It's like been wild. You guys have been all over the place. It's been a lot of fun today. So I'm excited to be a part of the end of it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Honored.
Well, this is this is the after party for all the Saturday night shows. I saw Oz pop in here earlier, so I think the Beauty and the Boomers over with. I'm not sure if Political Matrix is over with or not. They go marathon. But they always have such a good in-depth conversations on there too. So, but anyway, this is a special secret show. Not only because we're also streaming live on the INN YouTube channel this evening, and I think it may be some other INN. I know definitely YouTube, but so this is the first. So we're tainting the INN YouTube with some secret show. So I'm gonna make sure we have some naked old people on the pop some of that up, and that'll get the algorithm going, if you know what I'm saying. Let's shout out everybody that is here. Two of my producers are here, Les Bones and Indy Left. Good to see you, brothers. Willie Bragg, good to see you. I've been watching INN on and off all day long, but slept a bit since I worked graveyard shift. Well, that's all right. Make sure you get your rest, brother. You're same age as I am. You're no spring chicken. So SFT, good to see you. Oh, sweet Velvet Trance, good to see you, doll. Kelly, good to see you. All the ladies, all the pretty ladies, all the pretty ladies. I know it's all the single ladies, but I'm saying all the pretty ladies are here.
They all just came from the round table.
That's right. We have a lot of eye candy in our chat, not just on screen, but on the chat too as well.
That's right.
My brother Reef's in the chat too. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Big Mad Crab here too. All my INN peeps are hanging out. Ed Heller's here. Good to see you. Ed is going to be hosting Chicago Corner on Tuesday. Jerry Vacillato is going to be with him, but Ed is going to be the captain of the Enterprise for Chicago Corner. Good to hear that. That's going to be a good show. Who else is here? Shelly's here. Good to see you, Shelly. We were talking about Ancient Apocalypse, that show that's on Netflix with Graham Hancock. Excellent show if you're into like that kind of stuff, you know, the ancient. It's not ancient aliens, because he doesn't believe, I don't think he believes in aliens. I think he believes that there was advanced civilizations before ours. I find that's a pretty cool concept. Shake and Bacon is here. Good to see you. Who else we got up in here? A lot of cool cats here. So hanging out in the midnight hour. And no, that wasn't Limp Bizkit that was playing earlier, you assholes. Fucking, it was, so sometimes I play a band called Phat Patsy, right? So this band that's called Desolate Visions, that was the band that you heard. It was not Limp Bizkit. Those are the same guys. So they're no longer Phat Patsy. They're now Desolate Visions. So you're welcome, Limp Bizkit assholes. You bring the stench of Limp Bizkit up in here. It's like, well, you know, some of their catalog. No, none of their catalog. Don't even finish that sentence. Don't even finish that sentence. Oz, good to see you. I'm pissed about the Limp Bizkit. We were having such a great time too, and then you had to put a turd in the punch bowl. Who would fuckers?
I almost had to pick up my own puke.
I know, right? Gross. Yona, my brother, good to see you. Yona's got his channel back. Well, he's got a new channel. So check out Yona's channel. And check out Willie Bragg, too, on YouTube. Also, Willie is going to be on Extra Bulla Live this Monday night at 8 p.m., I believe we said, Eastern, Willie. We're both East Coast, so I think that's what we said. So that's going to be fun. We'll talk some Gen X stuff. He can talk about North Carolina and some of the cool stuff there. Aussie Oracle, good to see you. See, we're getting all the cool kids are here hanging out. So, you know, it's a fun time. I like to see that. Before we get into anything crazy, let's check in on our peeps, as they were. Get it, peeps? The chickens. Yeah, Chicken City. Look for Chicken City on YouTube. Just do a search for Chicken City. I don't have the web address. I'm too lazy to put that in the chat. So we got birds downstairs. Willie, we'll figure it out. 7 p.m. might be good too. I mean, we'll make it work. It may be a little closer to 8. But yeah, we'll work that out. So don't worry about it. So we got a few chickens downstairs. Everybody else is upstairs. Everybody seems to be pretty chill. Speaking of chill, it is cold as a motherfucker up here in the Northeast. I know north of us, I think upstate, and particularly in Buffalo, they got that lake effect snow. And they just got pummeled. I think they got like a few feet of snow up there. You know, so what about you? Are you getting any snow on the mountain?
Not yet, no.
When do y'all usually get snow around those parts?
We should be getting it within the next month or so, but it's cold enough to get snow. We're getting in the low 30s. We're just not getting any rain or anything.
Yeah, this is that time of year around here where it's like the weather kind of fluctuates. You're still between like fall and winter. So I mean, this week in particular, it got down in the 30s. It's gonna be well, it's 39 right now here. And then next week, I think once we hit Thanksgiving, it's going to be, the temperatures, I think, is going to get back up in the 50s. And that's the kind of shit, that fluctuating shit always gets people sick. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, it's hot one day, it's cold next, hot, cold, you know, and it's hard to stay well, you know, unless you got booze, then you don't care.
Oh, nice. Just drink the sickness away. I'll sweat it out later.
Drink the sickness away. No, is this medicine? No, it's booze. Where did you get it? Did you get it at the pharmacy? No, I got it at the liquor store. Come on, y'all.
Natural medicine.
What? There was like some meme, and it's a picture of this old West doctor, and there's a patient on the table, and the doctor, and it says something like, the doctor says, "Well, you got ghosts in your blood. You might as well do cocaine or something." You know, that kind of thing. It's like,
okay.
Back in the old days, they just put anything into medicine. Like there's like some tonic that has cocaine, marijuana, or it has THC, or it says cannabis. I think it says cannabis. I don't know, it's like dirt, the tears of children, you know, a witch's toenail, you know, eye of newt, you know, all kinds of shit like that. So, you know, back then they were just like guessing at what medicine actually worked. So, yeah. Anyway, today was, I think we started at 9:45 Eastern, and there was a lot of shows showcasing a lot of our INN peeps. Yeah, and it was great. It was very emotional, especially some of the streams. Hey, D and Brandy, Around the World with D and Brandy. Be sure to check them out on YouTube. They got a great little show. They were on earlier this evening. Yeah, so everybody had a little taste of putting in either like kind of some clips from over the years, or, you know, doing, you know, something fresh just for the 1 year anniversary. So there's also today, well, technically yesterday, since we're in the future here for you West Coasters, yesterday was the 2 year anniversary of the creation of the Extra Bulla YouTube channel. So that's according to you. Yeah, they gave me a little party hat and everything in the YouTube thing there. So it's like, woohoo, 2 years. So cool. We started, so I started the channel. Then this was around the time when I had built my HAL 9000, my supercomputer. And was just, I built it specifically so I could do live streams and video editing, but I wasn't ready to put on a show yet. You know, I just built the computer. I just got the, I just got the channel. I think I put up like a couple of videos, but I didn't do a live stream until June the next year. So probably about 6 months later. So that's when Extra Bulla actually took off or started. And yeah, it was cool. So so today's pretty special. And you know, the 1 year anniversary, and it's pretty cool, and it's good to see, you know, good people like that coming together as a family and doing good works. Like Indy and Reef basically got a lot of people together to make INN what it is today. You know, and Colin coming on with Reef on Wednesday nights. INN News has been taken off. You know, we've always had How Do We Miss That on Sunday nights. There's Jesse's show and Tara's show, and you know, now there's going to be, I think, Jesse and Crab are collaborating on something. I don't want to spill the beans on that, but keep an eye out for those knuckleheads. Um, so so it's been big doings, and speaking of big doings, ask me the name of your show.
Oh yeah, what's the name of my show, Warren?
What?
What is it?
it's
What?
What?
With-
I can't hear you.
What?
What? What?
what? Okay. So you've seen some significant growth over there at Kerberos too. So that's good to see. I mean, you're the rock star of Kerberos right now, because you have an announcement there too, right? Well, you wanna tell people what the good news for you and Kerberos?
Yeah, we hit our 1,000 mark. Yay! I'm so excited. I definitely surpassed everything that I thought that I was going to. I expected to hit the 1,000 mark in January. I was even, what I was telling you earlier, I'll let all of you guys know as well. I was even thinking like we were just going to slowly get up to that 1,000 mark, like almost there by the end of December. And we were going to be like 4 or 5 behind. And I was going to have to go into my other Gmail accounts and like subscribe with all of them so I can, give us up to the 1,000 mark. So I can like pretend like, yeah, we hit it. Yay. All that fake stuff. But no, I just this week I threw up some clips of my show like I've been doing every weekday for the last month and a half, and I woke up the next morning and had surpassed it. And so now we're almost to the 1,100 mark, and it's like freaking me out, and I'm starting to get scared, and it's crazy, and it's a lot. But I'm excited, and I'm super happy for KRTD. I'm very, very, very happy for them. So.
Yeah, so and just to kind of fill people in, there have been some changes over the last few months at KRTD, and what I think is changes for the better, and I think for all parties involved, I think we're happy with that. So it's good to see y'all growing the way you're growing, and you spearheading those efforts over there for that, because like with INN growing as it is, and you got juggernaut like RBN, going strong. It's great to have networks like that are rising in the ranks, that are doing not only doing good works, but also collaborating with the other networks like that too. We all work together, and everybody's working hard and just trying to make with the rising tide lifts all boats, right? So it's good to see y'all doing good.
Big YouTube channels, this is how people you see, like within a couple of years, you'll see like 5 or 6 channels just grow immensely, and you're like, how the hell does that happen? It's because slowly but surely they all start working together and they all grow. And now's around the time where people are starting to get tired of the stuff that's been around and are looking for new things. And if we keep working with each other and collaborating like we already do, and you guys keep doing amazing fucking work, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be up there with the rest of them in no fucking time. So
yeah. Oh, hey, VS Adams, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Says, I'm at work. Hi, all. Got to get back to it. Slacker. Right. No, that's cool. Love VS Adams. Thanks for hanging out with us. Come back on your break. We'll be here for a little bit. So, yeah, I'm just today was a pretty emotional day for a lot of us at INN. Seeing some of the videos, particularly Tara Reid's some of her shows, her telling her story again about what happened with that creep Joe Biden, and it just breaks your heart to know that she hasn't gotten justice for that yet. So I'm not saying she never will. I'm saying it's going to happen, but I'm not quite sure when it's going to happen. But it's pretty emotional with that, and then seeing some old faces I hadn't seen in a while, like Todd, who does mostly videos about like growing your own food, I love Todd. He couldn't remember my name on the video today, so he called me Uncle Dude. So I was like, yeah. And then and then at the end of the video he goes, no, it's Uncle Warren. I said, no, it's too late. It's Uncle Dude. It's Uncle Dude, and you will address me as such. So I thought, like, Uncle Dude, that would be a great, like, 80s sitcom, you know. He's a surfer, but he's also an uncle, and he's got these kids that he just can't stand because he likes surfing better. It's Uncle Dude, woo! And then freeze frame. Then it says, you know, executive producer Paul Jungerwitt. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent.
That was old school.
Oh yeah, what? Yeah, exactly. What? What are you saying?
Get your hand off my penis!
Exactly. Don't touch the weaponry. Extra Dude, yeah. Uncle Dude and Extra Dude, and the Shakin's down. The Shakin' Bacon says, I'd watch Uncle Dude. That would be great to make like a early 90s style, like, sitcom, but only in 2022 or 2023. But it's, you know, it's just like, it's not 16:9, you know, it's 4:3, just like it was back then, you know, before digital TV. And have like people with like butt cuts and feathered hair and stuff like that.
Oh no.
The butt cut. I had a butt cut when I was in high school. I had a butt cut and it was feathered on the side, and I took Aquanet. Got to keep it in place. Can't let those wings fly. You want, you know, a little bit of a runner in those days. And I would just, like, if I ran too fast, I'd take off and like, whoa, like a fucked up Mary Poppins, you know? Mm-hmm. So tonight, like I said, we are also streaming on INN's YouTube channel. So in celebration of our 1-year anniversary. We're also streaming on a bunch of other places too. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're on the Rockfin. Indy Left holding it down over there on the Rockfin. Appreciate you, brother. We're on Facebook, but I don't think anybody's watching. No, but Facebook is like the dead zone. I think people might they might watch it later, but as for live, nobody's watching right now, but it's okay. And we're also on Rumble too. Nobody watching over there yet, but you know, as we grow, I'm sure those will fill out soon enough. So I'm just very excited. I'm a little bit hyper. Earlier this evening, I was a bit sleepy. You know, I started this new gig. I've been doing training, and I've been getting up at like 6:30 every day for it. And today I said, I'm going to sleep in today so I can stay up late tonight. And guess what time I woke up this morning?
What?
6:30.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I went to bed at midnight. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll probably get up like around 7 or 8, something like that. And 6:30 rolled around. I was like, well, I guess this is it. But I haven't had energy drinks in a while, but I had an energy drink earlier this evening. And I'm basically running on that right now. So as we're about to hit 1 o'clock, I'm pretty sure, you know, if we get to 2 o'clock, I'm going to be like, I'm going to pass out on you like I did on StreamYard that day.
Yep, you're gonna crash hard.
Well, I to be fair, I was pretty fucking baked that day, and it was like one of those deals where it was like way too much indica in that shit, and not enough sativa to kind of take some of that sleepy off of it. So
that was awesome, though.
It was. I'm sorry. I hate to be rude like that, you know, and pass out on people. I've done that. Great. I've done that at parties. Like I would be sitting on a couch, you know, you're all nice and comfy, you know, and you smoke a few bowls, and you know, you're talking to somebody. I've done that. I've just passed out mid-sentence. Some people have said, and they just let me sleep. So,
that's right.
You know, like, okay.
Got some good friends.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, just let him sleep, you know. And I'd have a beer in my hand, I'd be asleep, but I'd still have this like death grip on the beer bottle, you know. And that was my superpower.
You just wake up and start drinking again.
You're like, oh, hello, darkness, my old friend. I thought I spilled you. You know, you ever done that? You ever like fall asleep with like a joint in your hand or something like that, or just like you're too paranoid for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. I'd be anything that dealing with fire and flames and burning down houses. I'd probably be a little paranoid myself. What's up, gamer? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. So. I
grew up with a stepdad that like would fall asleep with a cigarette in his hands and burn his blanket or his pants or something. So it's always been
I've done that. Okay, so when I used to smoke cigarettes, I would smoke like a bowl or something, and I'd be all nice and crunk, and I'd be sitting there with a cigarette, and next thing I know, I wake up and the ash is like, you know, that long, and I look down, there'd be like a little tiny hole in my sweatpants that burned through. It's like, how I didn't just like totally, you know, self-combust is a miracle to hear, to do that. So you ever heard those people that do that spontaneous combustion?
Yes. But I don't know if it's real. Is it real?
They haven't proven it isn't real. They just some of these cases of spontaneous combustion, they're not quite sure how it happened. Like they would find bodies that were, you know, like burnt, like you need, like it ain't easy to burn a body. Not that I have any experience with that. I'm not burning bodies over here. Okay. You know, I may look like Heisenberg, but I'm not Heisenberg. Okay. I'm not burying people out in the New Mexico desert either. But apparently, like when you get cremated, you have to have really, really high temperatures to do that. So they would find these, you know, ashed bodies, right? Like sometimes like the ankles and the feet would be okay, nothing wrong with it, and then the rest of the body is just like ashes, and the floor wouldn't be burned at all. It's just like some weird ass shit, you know, just like.
Did that really happen though? Did they really find that? Who's they? Where?
I mean, I can't remember any specific examples off the top of my head. But I mean, we can look it up if you want. We're into that sort of thing.
Because that's crazy.
One day you don't want to do it today. You're like, fuck that. We will. Well, that okay. Well, that'll be a little teaser for maybe next week. We can talk about spontaneous combustion.
I'll go research spontaneous combustion this week.
Now, Shelly in the chat. Oh yeah, so she has a pretty good theory. It has to be some kind of weird chemical reaction in the body for spontaneous combustion. Yeah, I would think so too. It would have to be something like, you know, because you can get two different kinds of chemicals together that you wouldn't think would do anything. And then, you know, boom, you can make bombs out of that kind of stuff, you know, kind of something out of the anarchist cookbook. But she was talking earlier about this show that's on Netflix that's called Ancient Apocalypse, and it's hosted by Graham Hancock. You know who Graham Hancock is?
No. Don't make me Google it. Who's Graham Hancock?
I don't even know you anymore.
I'm bad with names.
Names. How do you spell that? How do you spell names? Anyway, is it N-A-Y?
from? I think it's Canadian.
Yeah, somehow Jimmy was abducted by Canadians and was forced to speak Canadian. They didn't do anything else to her. They just tied her to a chair and made her say a boot and say eggs. And
who adds the Y in there though? Like, who does
that's some Southern shit right there. So I've heard some country people say they're gonna fry up a mess of eggs. You know, they're gonna they're gonna have some eggs and bacon. Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's cool. I like picking up on accents and different pronunciations and stuff like that. I think it's fascinating. I'm kind of an amateur linguist in that respect.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm the same exact way. I'm just never used to somebody telling me my own. And now that I know I have one, where I've always tried to be very cautious of the things I say and the way I say it. But when I'm not being cautious of it, apparently I have something like an accent that I never knew I had. And you are the one that told me. So I've been trying to figure out where it came from, what culture adds the Y and everything like that. Because I don't know where it comes from.
I don't know. I just think it's precious. I think it's very sweet. I enjoy it very much. When you say eggs and legs, I'm just like, eggs and legs. So anyway, Graham Hancock is he's a reporter.
Yeah, I don't know
right?
who this guy is.
He wrote a book, Fingerprints of the Gods. I think he wrote a couple other books too. He's been on Joe Rogan a few times too. All the sex bots are here. Find love on the new dating site. All right. Please. Hey. Sorry, sex bots. You gots to go. Wank. Thank you, Les Bones. So anyway, yeah, sorry, sex bots. Gotta go. No dating for you. But anyway, he's so he's not like a scientist or anything. He's more of he's kind of a reporter. He's like the guy that's out of Vegas. I can't remember his name, but he usually does like a lot of Area 51 stories and stuff like that. Somebody in the chat might know who that is. But anyway, so Graham Hancock has this theory that there was ancient civilizations, not ancient aliens like the Greek dude Sukulus. What's his name? Sukulus.
So like an Atlantis type thing.
Yeah, I think he believes there was an Atlantis. He's not quite sure where it was, but he believes that there was some sort of advanced civilization, particularly around the Mesopotamia area, where Mesopotamia is considered to be the cradle of civilization, right? The Sumerians, they were the first ones to have like an alphabet, and they did farming and agriculture, stuff like that. Ancient alien sex bots. I wish, but so like instead, like the ancient alien dudes, they all think that the Anunnaki came to Earth like a few 100,000 years ago, basically altered the DNA of like hominids that were here, and that's how we got humans. That's what they say accounts for the missing link between I think it was Cro-Magnon and Homo sapien, why there was such a big jump in such a little short time. I'm still kind of on the fence about that theory, but it fascinates me though. You can read all the Zachariah Sitchin books about that he talks about that. But Graham Hancock, he says, no, these aren't. He thinks that like the UFOs and stuff that we're seeing today are kind of like the remnants of these old ancient civilizations on Earth that were highly technologically advanced, and then just got wiped out. A lot of them got wiped out with flooding right after the Ice Age. He talks about like all these flood myths around the world, like different cultures from around the world all talk about this great flood that happened. Not just the Bible. So
Right.
But yeah, he said like there was an ancient civilization or civilizations that got wiped out, and there like maybe a few remained, and the ones who remained taught humanity agriculture and other things. Like you have there's a site in Turkey called Göbekli Tepe, and it's actual archaeologists date it back to, I think, like about close to 12,000 years ago. And they had like monoliths and like intricate like carvings and stuff on these monoliths, and something that hunter-gatherers, people around the time of the Ice Age, weren't able to do, right? Because they didn't have like tools to carve stone, that sort of thing. So I would say just check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Ancient Apocalypse. And Shelly and I have kind of a disagreement over the dramatic music that they use. She said that, well, all these shows use the dramatic music. I don't really like the dramatic music. I think the information kind of stands on its own. You don't have to have the, was it aliens? No, but it was an ancient civilization. We don't need that.
Wait,
shit.
it does have that, or it doesn't have that?
Well, it doesn't have that one. It doesn't have dun, dun, dun. But it,
but it doesn't
it's
have like that kind of stuff.
So Graham Hancock, he's English, right? And he says, if you go back to Göbekli, yeah, he says you go back to Göbekli Tepe, you'll find that all these things couldn't be done by hunter-gatherers. And you hear this swell of music in the background. Anyway,
So it's the new Ancient Aliens.
I know, Shelly. I was just pointing that out too. That that's just a minor drawback to the series. It's great. It's like they're 30 minutes long. They're bite sized, and it's pretty cool to think about that kind of stuff. To ponder, because we don't know. They said there's dinosaurs back then, and then there was Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons. We don't know dick about our past. We really don't. There's a lot of theories. Like just like there's a theory that the Earth's core is made out of molten iron. That's just a theory. Nobody's been down there. Have you been to the center of the Earth lately?
No.
Really? The closest I came.
Recently.
Closest I came is when I woke up in a ditch.
Jesus Christ.
After a bender. Oof.
Nice.
That's the closest I came to the Earth's core. But that's a lot of stuff. A lot of these things are theories. Sometimes it pans out, like some of the stuff in space, we're finding out, man, we are getting the porn bots left and right. This is fucking great.
I got it.
Look at you. You are Jimi on the spot. I mean, what do you think? Like, do you think there was like ancient civilizations? What do you think was our past was like?
Well, okay, so I didn't know that there was a Graham Hancock, but there used to be a show. They just recently came back on YouTube called Spirit Science, and they talk about the same thing, the ancient Sumerians. Now, I could believe in that because of how old the Earth is. We just don't know. It's actually absolutely a possibility. But my wheelhouse is always going to be the aliens coming and doing something. It's just so hard to think that, like, like, okay, so if you ever taken biology, one of the questions they ask you in there is like, what do you believe is true about Earth's history? Do you believe, God? Do you believe in Darwinism? And there's like, do you believe in like reincarnation? There's multiple different answers. And I don't know. It's just, it's so hard to like even comprehend the fact, because in one of those answers, one of them is mutation, and it also, that could possibly seem like it could have happened as well. Like, you know, these people are all being born, and this one mutation actually benefits humans. So he starts procreating, and then that causes, those things to go good for that race, or that, species, or whatever it is. So that's where I think, like, is it mutations that is just, some of them jumped further than others, or is it aliens? I don't know. It's really hard to comprehend, because there's so many things out there and we don't know. So,
and then that's the fascinating part, is because it's part research and part imagination too. The things that you wonder about, as like that kind of thing. Because I always thought maybe that, UFO, like these people that see these the grays, the little dudes with the big eyes and no ears and stuff. There's a theory about that they are actually humans who are from the future, like the far future, like humans evolved to the point where they can use telekinesis, they can also use telepathy, to converse with one another. And they don't really need these physical bodies. It's all mental. That's why their heads are so big, But I mean,
do you think, in that aspect, do you think that it's a possibility that could be our future, due to a possible human genetic mutation that happens through, passing on your DNA to your child? It just bounds to happen. Some kid could read minds, and then that's how, maybe can hear sounds coming out of ears or something, and then that's how it gets started. That could possibly be how it could, because I mean, who's to say that, like, our brains especially is abnormally large compared to the rest of the animal kingdom in the entire world. It's actually huge comparatively. So how do we know if our brain enlargement wasn't a genetic mutation that ended up making us smarter, that benefited humans, 100 million years ago? And that's just, what happens with us now. We're smarter, so we found fire and wheel and, intelligence.
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking that, okay, this is an idea I've been toying around with. So, in the spirit of Graham Hancock and him talking about advanced civilizations in the past, I think what happened was there was like a lot of advanced civilizations, who probably was able to use the energies of the earth without having to pollute it, without having to have like power plants and stuff like that. They could draw energy from the earth naturally, maybe through crystal structures, that sort of thing. And then some sort of cataclysm, some worldwide cataclysm happened, wiped out most of them. So there was only a few left, but in order to propagate the species, they ended up, there's a lot of inbreeding and whatnot. And as that inbreeding over the generations, these were highly intelligent and probably could use like telekinesis and telepathy and stuff in the past. But because as the generations went on and all the inbreeding that was going on, those traits were lost, right? I'm not saying, and then that where it got to the point where the modern humans are, that can't do, can't use telekinesis, that can't use mental telepathy, that aren't, highly intelligent, just, maybe there's some, you have intelligent people, but then again, there's some people whose lineage maybe was so strong that even today, thousands and thousands of years later, some people can do mental telepathy. You hear chickens.
It's my dog. It's Lady.
Oh, okay. I thought I left the chickens on, but some people. Some people can move shit with their minds, and then some people can read thoughts and stuff, but they're not like the whole population. It's like a very, 1/1,000,000th of the population or something like that has these powers, allegedly. I think that's probably what had happened, is like there was advanced cultures, but then their numbers were so spread thin, in order to keep the species going, they had to inbreed, and and then it got to us where we're just like normal humans, only like a very, very few of us can do something like that. That's just a theory.
I could definitely go for that. I could die on that hill for sure.
And then you have like, these advanced spacecraft that you see doing like crazy 90-degree turns in the air, and just zip away, and, just like defies the laws of physics. Maybe those are remnants of those civilizations, and they had to go elsewhere, and now they've come back to Earth to just kind of like hunters, or you have scientists who are in a duck blind, so that like if they're studying like some sort of like deep jungle tribe that's never seen humans before, so the scientists hide themselves so they can observe them without being seen. I think that's probably maybe what some of these UFOs are. These are scientists. Well, you got a lot of anal probing, because apparently there's something up in that ass that they want. You know what I'm saying? When I say wash your ass, you never know if ET wants to, give you a little inside tickle. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Little prostate love. Anyway, we kind of going down a.
We always do.
Kind of a weird thing.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Yeah, that's pretty much what my proctologist tells me, and I'm like, oh no, wait, what? No, I thought you were gonna do the fingers. Why are you? Anyway. That's why I don't go see that guy anymore. But that kind of stuff is fun. There's really no harm in thinking about that kind of stuff. Unless you like seriously believe 1,000% that shit is true, and you live your life that it's true, and it's like, well, maybe it's true, dude, but no, that shit really happened, man. The Anunnaki came here. And like the Anunnaki are actually humans who fled Mars, because we're really from Mars, we're not from Earth, because Tiamat was struck by Marduk, because there was in the past, the Earth used to be a lot bigger than what it was, right? And then it was struck by a protoplanet, and the protoplanet bore itself into the Earth and became the Earth's core, and then all pieces flew off that coagulated and turned into the moon. So scientists actually said that's what happened. So the Earth kind of used to be a super Earth, and then it just became a regular ass Earth with a moon. So yeah, that kind of stuff hurts my head. Have you ever seen that movie? Have you seen that movie Moonfall?
Yes, the Moon movie.
Yeah.
Love the Moon movie.
Spoiler alert. If okay, I'm gonna tell people in the chat. if you don't want me to spoil the end of Moonfall, which is a Roland Emmerich movie, right? It's one of those popcorn. It's a popcorn flick. It's just like you got to suspend your disbelief, because some of it is just like, okay, this is out there, but fuck it, I'm gonna spoil it for you. So I'm gonna be that guy. So basically, you find out the moon is actually a megastructure, right? It's a Dyson sphere. So in the center of the moon is a white dwarf star, and it's surrounded by machinery and contraptions to harness the energy of that white dwarf. So it's a fun movie to just kind of like pick at your brain, because I mean, what if the moon was actually an artificial satellite, right? Because they said, like, I can't remember if they landed a spaceship or if they fired a missile or something into the moon, or they were doing some sort of test, and the moon rang like a bell for like an hour when this thing hit. And it's like, I don't think dirt is supposed to ring like that. What do you think? Do you think the moon is fake?
I want to believe it's fake.
Right? Okay, well, think about it like this. So you have planets in the solar system, like the inner planets, right? The inner planets, they're rocky planets, right? You have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Those are your 4 rocky planets, right? And then you have your gas giants after that. You got Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and then you get out close to the Oort cloud, you got Pluto and Ceres and all these other dwarf planets, right? So you have the 4 that are inside the within the asteroid belt, right? Then you cross over the asteroid belt, and then you get to Jupiter. So one theory is that something happened. Maybe the super Earth was not in the Goldilocks zone, and Mars was, and that when the super Earth was hit by this protoplanet and all hell broke loose, it kind of fucked up all the orbits. Particularly the orbit of Mars. So Mars was pushed out of the Goldilocks zone, and then there were humans on Mars who had to flee because the planet was inhabitable, right? So that would mean they'd have to go somewhere until Earth was nice and chill and ready for people again, and then you come back. I don't know.
Yeah. I believe that too.
Velvet Trance says you can fit 363 Earths inside Uranus, 364 if you relax.
Jesus Christ.
So, again, that's what my proctologist said. And by 364 Earths, he meant...
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Yeah, exactly. He called his limp penis 364 Earths. So, I don't even think that guy was a proctologist, to be honest with you. I found him on Craigslist, and he was his doctor's office was actually his garage with the car still in it. So yeah, I don't think that guy was legit. Yeah. So anyway, I've always been fascinated with that kind of like what if kind of stuff, especially about the history of humans, because like I said, I mean, what are you going to go by? You're going to go by the Bible,
Right.
So I don't mean to piss off any religious folks out there, but I'm going to tell you, your Bible was written by humans. it says the word of God only because the humans that wrote it said it's the word of God. Okay.
Yeah.
God did not pull out a feather and dip it into an inkwell and say, this is my book. I did this shit. You got to do this. Don't eat shellfish. Don't be gay. You know, stuff like that. It's just, you know, it's bullshit. It's religion, and particularly these texts are designed to control society, you know?
Well, unless you can transcribe old dead language, you don't even really know what the Bible says anyway. So
Right. And you and I talked about this a few times too, about how the King James version is just a bastardized version of that. You know, it's like the world's oldest game of telephone or gossip. You know, it started off as one thing and then ended up being something totally different, you know.
yeah, before King James got a hold of it, it said, "Thou shalt not lay with a child as you do another person." And King James changed it to, "Thou shalt not lay with another man," so that he could take care of children like he wanted to.
Yeah.
So he completely changed it. And now everybody thinks that that's what Jesus, or that's what God says, is that, you know, being gay is a sin. It's like, no, it's completely wrong. But you go ahead and believe King James. So
Exactly, Ed. It's all parchment written by people to keep other people in line. Right?
Yep.
It's the Twitter of its day. So
right.
you know, it's people, you know, you see this shit people put on Twitter to try to control other people, you know, these paid like Democrat and Republican ops too. You know, they got propagandists on there telling you shit that you're supposed to believe. And it's basically, it's a control game. It's good to see you, Rick. Rick was in the chats earlier today for the INN anniversary today too, but there's several books that were left out. So they had the Council of Nicaea, right? The is basically where they're putting the books of the Bible together, and they left out the book of Enoch, which I think is a fascinating book. I believe there was a who was the guy that betrayed Jesus?
Judas.
I think there's a book of Judas. There's a book of Lilith, who apparently there's a book of Mary Magdalene, all left out of the Bible, because the book of Enoch is crazy. It's like in the Bible that we know today, Enoch is mentioned like just like that, but the book of Enoch is fascinating. It talks about how he was, basically it describes him being abducted by aliens, that he saw the earth from space, you know, and I'm definitely paraphrasing a lot of this stuff, but it's just like, and I'm pretty sure the people in those days wanted you to believe that there was some old dude sitting on a chair behind some pearly gates, when actually the gods were extraterrestrials who had, advanced intelligence, maybe could do like telekinesis, telepathy and that sort of thing. There's a story about during World War II, there's an island out in the Pacific that the United States used as kind of a way station, just on the way to the Philippines. So it basically towards where the Pacific battles were going on. So they land on this island. I can't remember the name of the island. And these are all natives, right? And these natives have never seen anybody else before, right? So here comes the U.S. military. They come in, they build an airstrip, they fly in with these planes. These natives have never seen planes before. They've never seen any of this kind of stuff. The troops the military was good to them. They brought them food and stuff like that. And then once the war was over, they left, right? So these natives on the island were like, they wanted them to come back. So they built out of like bamboo and straw this plane. I mean, it wasn't a functioning plane, but they made it like an idol, like a something to worship that represented the military that was there, because they couldn't understand the technology. They couldn't understand any of it. So they thought they were gods, right? Yeah. So you think about in the past when humans obviously didn't have any technology at all, you know, hunter-gatherers, that sort of thing. And you see this giant metal, you don't even know what metal is. You just see this shiny thing coming out of the sky and landing, and beings coming out of it. And these beings are teaching these simple humans how to do agriculture, how to build, you know, like tools and weapons and stuff like that. You know, of course, you're going to think those are gods too, right? You see all these cultures around the world who talk about sky gods, right? Why do they call them sky gods? Because it came from the fucking sky, you know? Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, you know? It makes a hell of a lot more sense than some old bearded dude sitting on a chair, you know. Yeah. And if you're good and you believe in Jesus, then you'll go, you know, see your dead relatives. I mean, that sounds whacked out as fuck. That sounds like somebody that's been taking bath salts that would say that shit to you. They was like, dude, when you die, right, there's this old dude, and he's got this big ass chair, and there's these gates made of pearls, and then you got to talk to the dude who's got a book before you can get in. He's kind of like the bouncer, you know. He's like the guy, you're not on the list, you gotta go. You know, they gotta think you're out of your fucking tree, right? Yep. This other stuff kind of makes a little bit more sense. Shelley says, or humans learned from more ancient civilizations of other hominids like the Denisovans. I mean, I'm open to that too. I would not be surprised if there was some sort of ancient civilization. I wouldn't be surprised if there were multiple ancient civilizations. Like we're like maybe like the seventh, you know, intelligent species to rule the earth, right? Maybe there was like cataclysms in the past that knocked out like 2, 3, 4 of them or something like that. You know, who knows? We don't know dick about our planet. We only have theories and we only have educated guesses about it. You know, what do you think?
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely 100% agree. With how old the earth is, there's no way that there couldn't have been multiple other civilizations. And then with the way that the earth floods and freezes up, there's so many things under the ocean that we haven't even explored yet. We could find things down there that were part of old civilizations that we couldn't even fathom how long ago they were. So absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get it twisted. You know, I'm not like, you know, wearing the tinfoil hat and saying that all these things that definitely happen. I'm just as much in the dark as everybody else, you know. I mean, we both are, you know, but it's great thought experiments to think about this kind of stuff. At least, and at the very least, you know, it kind of stokes your imagination, you know. And I'm sure a lot of like science fiction writers, the really good ones, you know, thought about this kind of shit too, in the past. You know, and like, you know, like, what's his name? H.G. Wells wrote The Time Machine. You know, there was nobody was talking about time machines and traveling back in time and stuff like that. It was just like, you know, I got to do shit because I'm going to die at 35. And, you know, I gotta grow potatoes and shit. I got time to talk about time travel, but you had cats like that. You had Mary Shelley who, you know, talking about reanimating dead tissue, you know, stuff like that. Nobody was talking about that shit, but these people were thinking along the lines of what if, like there are questions that nobody has answers to. So to fill in the gaps, we're gonna, you know, put science fiction in there to see what would, you know, if that helps to make any sense. Right. Les Bone says, there was an extra Bulla 14 billion years ago before the Big Bang. You damn right.
That's right.
I was in another universe and I had burritos and I ripped the biggest fart I could and it ended up tearing a hole in the space-time continuum and I created a new universe. So mystery solved.
That's right.
It was a really good burrito too.
That's right.
I've blown a few holes in this couch too. This couch cushion is just like hates me.
All right.
Just
Well,
like,
then maybe you should lay off the Taco Bell a little bit.
What? Now you and if you would have said that in Bible times, they would have burned you at the stake and called you a witch.
I know.
Like,
I know.
how dare thou speaketh ill of thine Taco Bell?
Right. I'm pretty sure just me existing would put me up on the stake for sure.
Yeah, you and me both. Neither one of us would last very.
No,
we wouldn't last very long in those days.
No.
You know, I mean, granted, we're both over 35, so we'd already be dead.
That's right.
You know, they were like grandparents at what 20 back then. So,
Good
you know,
Lord, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. As soon as you give birth, that kid has to give birth in order for the line to continue, you know, and then there was like, you know, a lot of inbreeding with like 3 eyes and, you know, a puppy tail and shit like that.
Yep.
So,
Well, yeah, they had to produce a lot of babies because like half of them never made it past childhood. So,
right. Yeah. And then the Black Plague comes along in Europe and like wiped out like a third of the planet or something at the time.
right.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
everybody's like, man, I got COVID. I lost my taste and smell. Dude, they lost a third of the planet.
Right.
This shit was like killing everybody too. I couldn't imagine living in those times where you just like, you know, whether it was the plague that led to the Dark Ages, right? So there was like this Age of Enlightenment, and then the Black Plague came along, wiped out a whole bunch of shit, and it basically like set humanity back like a couple of 100 years or something. They had to try and rebuild and catch up after all that shit. So
yeah, I know. Like nudity was normal back then. I think nudity just started becoming normal in society, like at least in America within the last 20 years or so. So we're like in America, we're trying to get back to that point, just in the, you know, like body accepting era of that point. Yeah, absolutely.
I want to get back to nudity. 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 Good night, Indy. Thanks for a great day, man. Thanks for all your hard work, brother. We appreciate you. Get some sleep. I don't know. I just I've had too many stoner sessions with friends where we talked about all this kind of stuff about like, you know, that's one of the great things, folks. If you're not, you know, eating edibles or smoking weed, do yourself a favor, hook that shit up. Expand your mind, you know, unless you're allergic to it.
Hook it up is like give it to us.
We'll hook it up too. Yeah, I mean, we'll take weed.
I'll take it.
These shows are free, you know, and you can tip money on Rockfin, but you know, if you want to mail us some weed, you know, we'll give you the PO box number, and Les Bones says mail me some. We're getting in on our scam, Les Bones. Jesus. That's the thing, man. You have a good idea and everybody wants a piece. Willie says, I said that to people about COVID when they acted like it was the worst thing ever. My response to these folks was the bubonic plague was significantly worse. Yes. Yeah, it was. I mean, COVID didn't kill a third of the planet. All right. Despite what the naysayers and the psycho crazies out there would say, it did not kill a third of the planet. So, I mean, it did kill some people. I mean, let's not get it twisted. It did kill some people, but it was no bubonic plague. That's a hell of a thing to get too. Like the bubonic plague. Yeah. It's like these. It's like pus sores all over your body or something like that, right? And it like just something, and it just It's gross.
Well, that's the song "Ring Around the Rosie" is based off of the Black Plague.
Some fucked up kids songs,
Ring
right?
Around the Rosies. So yeah.
Pocket full of posies, ashes to ashes, we all fall down.
Well, the Ring Around the Rosies was the part, I guess they were like these red rings on your body. So I don't know. I think that's part of it, was the ring around the rosies, was the red, like red bumps or something all over your body. They look like little rings.
Like little nipples.
Yeah.
Like multiple nipples. And then the ashes to ashes, we all fall down. So they had to burn the bodies, right? That's what the ashes to ashes.
Full of posies to cover the smell. Ashes was to burn all the bodies, and then we all fall down was how many people died. Yeah.
And that's a kid's thing. Also, the Rockabye Baby is pretty fucked up too. Yeah. Rockabye Baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Child services, anyone? What are you sticking a kid up in a tree like that for? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
The kid's not Tarzan. What are you?
I don't know. They had very, very creepy minds back then.
You look like Tarzan. You got that kind of that cheetah print. You know what you're wearing? You're wearing Long Island evening wear. That's what that is. Any kind of cheetah print. That's some Long Island shit right there. So, sure you're
just
not
put
East
me on
Coast?
Housewives. I'm ready to go.
Nah, it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous on you, doll. Don't go changing.
That's right. It's warm as shit.
Yeah, I had to like I said, this whole week has just been cold. And I had to go up to Long Island City, which is probably about like a 45-minute train ride from where I'm at. And it was cold every morning I got there. Yep. I mean, I was bundled up pretty good. I kind of overdo it, but you know, it just started this week. It was just like crazy cold. And so the way I told you, I don't have air conditioning in this place, right? So I have to get creative. I have fans on either side of me, and then there's a window right over here to my left. And at the top of it's one of those windows that you can pull down at the top. And I put like a fan up there to vent the heat out during the summer. And it draws in cool air from within the center of the building. So, you know, we got some science going on here. But the thing is, like in the winter, you got to take that thing out so you can close the window so the heat will stay trapped in here. Otherwise, and I hadn't done that. I hadn't taken that fan out until today. In the last few nights, I almost froze my taters off. I was wearing like 3 pairs of socks. I was like, why won't it get warm in here? And then I realized, oh yeah, you have a fucking hole in the window up there. It's blowing in all this cold air. So no, my need for warmth kind of overtook my natural laziness. So right. I was actually able to get that down too. Are you pretty chilly by you? What's the temperature like out there?
It's freezing. We've been in the 30s and 40s recently. My heater broke, and I bought a new heater today off of Instacart at like 2 p.m. today, and I still haven't gotten it yet. So I think I'll get it tomorrow, hopefully.
Nice.
But my heater is so bad right now. It's like so old and it's broken. And so I have to like stick a stick in there and like make the 2 wires touch so that it'll turn on again. And it sparks and shit. It's very dangerous. But, you know, I'm a mountain girl. We do what we do.
That's right. Country girl can't survive. We say grace. We say, ma'am, if you ain't from the mountains, you don't give a damn. Actually, he says from the South. You know, country boy. I can't remember who did. I think it was Hank Williams Jr. or something. Anyway, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I've had to rig a few things make shit work too. Because sometimes you can't afford to get something brand new. You got to actually fix that shit. I'm amazed. When I was a kid, you used to see like TV repair places all the time, right? And now you don't see that anymore. Cornholio Play-Doh on Twitch. What is going on? You are new and improved. Good to see you. Be sure to wait a minute. Let me go over here real quick. Be sure to obey the magic chicken. Do as the magic chicken tells you, or this chicken will break into your house, steal all your valuables, eat all the food out of your refrigerator, and then you'll end up going to hell. So, Cornholio Play-Doh, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Says, I said, boy, I say, nah. Okay. I don't know. Is that Egyptian? I don't get that.
No, it's the chicken from Looney Tunes, the big one.
Oh, Foghorn Leghorn. A boy, I say, boy. That's I love how he'd break the fourth wall and he'd look at the camera and he'd say, "This boy ain't exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer. Now, son, I'm a chicken hawk and you're a chicken."
So great.
Oh, cool. Cornholio Play-Doh says at 6 a.m. I'm baked here in Wales. Awesome. Love to have new peeps from across the pond checking in with us. Well, we're glad you got some herb. Glad having a good time and hanging out with us.
Same.
It's been a very long day, and it's been a good day. Don't get me wrong. It's great seeing all these videos and stuff, but I'm a little bit worn out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
crash
be.
soon.
Yeah, I think so. I'm amazed I've stayed up this long, but I had, like I said, I had the energy drink, or as I like to call it, the devil's teat milk, and it's kept me awake. But with those energy drinks, you get that sugar crash afterwards, and it's worse than being just regular sleepy. But it's okay. I think I'll last for a little while longer. We've actually gone longer than I actually thought we were going to go tonight. So, I told you we're winging it tonight. Who knows?
I know.
Who knows what the future holds?
I know. The time flies by.
You got anything on your mind that you want to talk about? Anything that you've been dying to talk about? No?
You? What have you been dying to talk about?
I think I've said a lot of what I've been dying to talk about. But I understand you talk a lot on your show during the week. So are you did you cut your show down to 3 hours now? Is that what it was?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And the name of her show is so you can catch her on Kerberos Media Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. now. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
That's Pacific time, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yes.
So she puts out great content. She works really hard on the show, puts out clips after the show too. I don't see where you get the energy to do that.
I know, and I game every day afterwards too. It's wild.
Because you on the bath salts. That's how you do it.
That's right.
I don't mean, yeah. So yeah, bath salts. So, but it's working. I mean, you're growing. Like I say, y'all just passed 1,000 subs. So congratulations for that. And See, I do I clip up one show one a week, and I end up, I get lazy, so I use what do I use here? I use DaVinci Resolve, right? So we'll record the show on Monday, like I did last Monday, when I had Colin on. Well, not last Monday. We didn't have a show this past Monday, but the last show I did, I had Colin on. And so I import the whole show in there, and then after the show, I will put one clip out for that day, right? Then it's kind of like a pizza that I keep in the refrigerator. I'll just grab a slice every day. So I'll clip off another one on the next day, then I clip off another one on the next day. Usually I put like about 5 or 6 clips out for that show, up until like maybe Saturday, and then we have a new show on Monday. So, but you do that every day. I'm just tired thinking about that. That's just, I mean, you actually do it. So, you know,
I know. And then I felt so bad because I didn't do a show. What was it? Thursday, I believe it was.
Oh, you skipped one show.
Yeah, I felt so bad that I went and took like the 4 or 5 previous shows that I did and clipped out clips that I hadn't clipped out yet and released those throughout Thursday. I felt so bad. I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw out extra stuff. So I did a lot of work on Thursday too. It was really sad.
We have no, you're fine. You're a workaholic. Me, I'm just like I said, I get tired thinking about that. We have a VIP in the chat there. Marcus from the Political Matrix. He says, "What's up, party people? Mad love to Uncle Warren and the lovely Jimmy." Well, mad love to you too, brother. We appreciate you. Of course, Marcus and Kris, they do their own thing. But they're partners in the space, always friends of the show. You know, it's always good to I like it. That's why I like Saturday nights. So I get to catch like a good majority of their show. You know, I'll kind of flip between them and Oz and Shonda with Beauty and the Boomer. Then I got to get ready for my shit. So I have to say goodbye to them. But I always tell them in their chats, I always say, please enjoy this particular show that you're watching till the end. And then when you get done with this, come see us. Right? You know, because we're the after party. They're the party. We're the after party. So, you know, we're the house that you go hang out with and smoke weed on the couch till 4 a.m. and talk about space aliens and weird sex toys and stuff like that.
That's right.
You know. We're a nice little nightcap, you know, in the middle of the night. So,
yep.
I guess we're getting close to 2 o'clock here, so this might be a good time to maybe wrap things up.
Cornhole asked, "Where are we from?"
Oh, where are you two from then? Hey guys, are you Yoda? Where are you two from then, hey guys?
That's an English accent. Oh,
I didn't think he was actually Yoda. Yoda doesn't exist.
okay.
Yona exists, but not Yoda. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and Jimmy, where do you reside?
In California, in America.
So we're on opposite coasts of the United States. He says, Uncle Warren, anyone ever asked you for crystal meth? Because I'm getting those Walter vibes back. Oh, Heisenberg. Yes, I'm not Heisenberg. I'm the poor man's Heisenberg. I'm Heisenberg that you get at the Dollar Tree, or whatever your equivalent to Dollar Tree is in Wales. So, yeah, but yeah, so that's the beauty of the internet. It's the beauty of a great value, Walter. Yeah, exactly. Food Club Walter, whatever your off-brand name of choice is. What's a famous off-brand out there where you're at, Jimmy?
Oh, I don't know. Jesus Christ. That's Best Foods.
Best Foods. There's a food club version of Hamburger Helper, and it's called Pan Burger Partner.
Jesus.
Pan Burger Partner. I am not lying. I could look it up, but I'm a little lazy. So just do a Google search for Pan Burger Partner, and just don't do the image search so you can see the labels. It's great. Also, there used to be Superman peanut butter. It no longer exists. And there was this peanut butter called Kugel, Koogle, and the O's in Kugel on the label were eyeballs, and they were crossed eyeballs because it was silly. But it was really good. It was really good peanut butter. Like, you had different flavors. You had like chocolate peanut butter, you had like vanilla peanut butter, you had like strawberry peanut butter and shit like that. It's pretty cool.
Jeez.
We never bought any though. Mom bought Superman peanut butter, which was lame. It tasted like super disappointment.
Jeez.
Rick says in off-brand in Texas is Hill Country Fair. Okay. Yeah, put in the chat where your region, what your off-brand names are, so we can read them out, because I want to hear those before we go. Google sounds like a fun character in that Uncle Dude show.
Oh God.
Google is the okay. So in the Uncle Dude show, Uncle Dude is like the surfer who has to take care of his like nephews or something. He really does. He just wants to surf all day. He doesn't really want to take care of the kids. And Kugel is his best friend who's like he's a surfer that doesn't have any kids, and he's always trying to get Uncle Dude to go do some shit. And he's like, nah, man, I gotta take care of these little ones, bro. And Kugel's like, dude, man, you're always taking care of those little ones, man. Come on, man, let's go out to Maui, man. Those waves are so tasty. And, and he always has like the little necklace that's made out of bamboo and like baby teeth or whatever, those fucking hippies or shells, stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, this Uncle Dude's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you, that son of a bitch is gonna actually come to life, and people are gonna be like, I can't believe that motherfucker actually did it. So anyway, all right, I'm like going off on Tangentville. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I guess we don't have any other takers. Velvet says a California off-brand is Sunny Select. That's very good. Okay. Never heard of that. Well, I lived out in Cali for a little bit. I used to, I go to the Ralphs or the Vons or the Johns. Those were the three stores I remember out there. I think Kroger was out there too.
I've never had one out here. No, not here.
But Kroger?
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to say there was one in LA. But I could be wrong. I could be thinking of
There could be.
Safeway. Does that sound familiar?
Yep, definitely have heard of Safeway.
Marcus says in Kansas City it's Always Save. I've heard of President's Choice Shake and Bacon. It's an off-brand here in Canada, which is pretty weird because we don't have a president. Hey, Anthony, good to see you, man. Safeway is mainly West Coast. I've heard of that out there. But it might when I was in when I lived in Koreatown, there was a John's. The JONS. There was a great little dollar store right next to it too. I remember that. Piggly Wiggly. I grew up in a town with a Piggly Wiggly. In fact, my sister worked at Piggly Wiggly for a while.
Wow.
We called it the Pig, right? call it, you ain't gonna spit out all those words and letters. You ain't got time for that shit. You gotta say, we need some more milk. All right, I'll get in the truck, go to the pig, go get some. All right, well, you there, go get some sandwich meat too. We need some bologna too. All right. Then you go to the pig and you go buy your shit. And then you come back home and you had a bag with that pig with that hat on. It said Piggly Wiggly on it. Anthony says he's got Save-A-Lot in Cleveland. That's cool. I love hearing about those off brands, like the Dollar
the names
Tree
they come up with.
Well, and then you got places like you got Dollar Tree, and then you got Dollar General, and then there's like General Dollar, I think, and then you got Big Lots, and you got Lot Less, like these places. We had Hudson Salvage Center where I was growing up, and basically what they would do, it was like a closeout store. So what if stores were closing, or if they're like, there was like, there was a fire or something and they were trying to get, they had to sell off, the stuff that was maybe a lot of smoke damage kind of stuff. But some of that stuff, like electronics and stuff, the first CD player I ever bought was like a portable CD player. It was square. It was probably about that thick. And, it smelled like smoke, but it worked. The good thing was it didn't smoke while you played it. That was the thing, but you did have that, this smells like burnt clothing and shattered visions of the future.
Oh, horrible.
Delicious. But you had stores like that. And that's the thing. It's like these stores close and they got to get rid of their inventory. So these companies would come in and buy up a lot of the stock for cheap. And then with a slight markup, they'll sell it in their stores. So that's why you go to like these like Dollar General or like mostly like Big Lots, Lot Less, that kind of thing. It's like when you could get stuff that, decent clothes and stuff on the cheap because they bought it cheap. In fact, I shop at a lot of those places. If I'm going to buy clothes or something, I usually go to those places. The thing is, though, the variety is not very good. You don't have like, a selection's kind of but if you're buying like other stuff like toiletries or something like that, you can usually get some pretty good deals. Holio Plato says, no idea, I'm bake as fuck, lost me. Yeah, that's usually what happens. That's usually what happens on this show. Half the chat's pretty toasted, and then they kind of have their own little conversations.
That's right.
It's just fine, as long as you show up and hang out, we don't care. You don't have to pay attention the whole time. It'd be nice if you did. You don't want to be a dick about it, but but if you don't, that's fine. HEB in Texas, never heard of that. But I'm not too familiar with Texas anyway. All I know is everything's bigger in Texas.
What they say.
Cornelio said they went to a Walmart once in Vegas.
There you
nice. Go. All right. Kelly says we at least have Price Chopper and Grand Union, although Grand Union is not grand, way overpriced for what they have. So it's just basically Union. It's not Grand Union.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to hear that. All right. Now it's 2:05. We should probably get the fuck out of here. So Thanksgiving is coming up this Thursday. I can't believe that it's already upon us. Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
I'm just gonna sit at home, maybe cook for the family, but that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing big. Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
I don't want to celebrate it. It's not a big deal to me. So
you're gonna make pizza rolls?
No.
Get some
I think I
Totinos?
might just get like the smallest turkey I can find for me and the family, because I do like the whole tryptophan, going to sleep, the nap after all of it. I love deviled eggs, just like maybe just make a couple of me and the kids' favorite food items and stuff, and then eat that and then take a nap. I think that's probably going to be the best thing to do.
Kelly says, can I just say that you both look gorgeous? I love Jimi and Animal Prince.
No, thanks. I feel like a cougar.
Right. Smoking cigarettes at the bar, trying to pick up 20-year-old guys. Good for you. Get some dick. That's the best thing. It really is. I mean, I don't personally like dick. I have one, but that's not my thing. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you're out cruising for dick, go get you some. And I hope you find a nice one.
I'd probably more hit on girls than dudes if I went out, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm straight as an arrow. I'm not gonna lie. Got nothing against gay people. I'm just, I just don't drive on those roads. I like to stay on the straight and narrow. I don't like to take the scenic route.
I can drive on those roads for you. Well, I'll drive on the roads enough for the both of us. So.
There you go. I have no idea what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. I was supposed to go with a friend to their family's place, but they're doing something on Friday instead, on Black Friday. I think my Thanksgiving is pretty free. I don't really do Thanksgiving anymore either. I did that when I was a kid, with the family and stuff, but everybody's all spread out now, and it's like, usually I call my sisters on Thanksgiving and go, Happy Turkey Day, gobble, 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 gobble. And then, we talk shit about the other sister. It's awesome. They don't know I talk shit about both of them.
Nice, good.
But, yeah, so anyway, so I was thinking, okay, so you got your show. You're going to be doing your show Monday through Friday from 10 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, right, on Kerberos Media.
Mm-hmm.
And so a slight change in plans for this show. So we're still going to be doing Saturday nights. Me and Jimi are still going to be doing Saturday nights, but there's not going to be a Friday night show, or at least not a regular Friday night show. We may have like a special Friday night show depending on whatever, or maybe like a show during the week, a secret show during the week. We may make that one be the surprise show, but the Saturday show is definitely going to stay put. On Mondays, now Extra Bulla Live is back on the beat. I got my buddy Willie Bragg is going to be on. We're going to shoot for 8:00 Eastern. We'll be doing that on YouTube and Rockfin and Rumble and Odyssey and Twitch and Twitter and Facebook. I haven't even checked in on Facebook. Nah, ain't nobody there. Let's check in on Rumble. Hey, Indy popped over there. Indy's popping into places and saying, hey. That's nice of him. Thank you, Indy. And he did the same thing on Rumble too. So we got the Monday night show, 8 p.m. Eastern with Willie Bragg. And like I said, check out Willie Bragg on the YouTubes. He had a show, he had a stream earlier this evening, I believe. Not too long ago, I think around midnight, I think. So check him out. We're gonna have some fun. He's a Gen X. We're both 69ers. So not the sex. Wait, what?
No, my man, no sexy!
I'm sorry. It's not that. The year 69. We're both born in 69, so we'll be talking Gen X stuff, and he's in North Carolina, so we'll talk about why they fuck up barbecue there. I think maybe South Carolina, where they put mustard in barbecue sauce. I don't know, some bullshit. Anyway, we're gonna have a good chat Monday night. And so maybe on 4th of July, I did like a 7-hour gaming stream, right? And it was fun. You know, we got Discord involved. All the wackadoodles were on there. We were talking while I was killing fake people on Grand Theft Auto. So I have this new game. I don't think I'm going to play it tomorrow. I think I'm going to save it for Thursday. It's called Evil Dead, the game. I've got it installed, ready to go. I know Les Bones chomping at the bit, wants to play No Man's Sky with us. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll play Evil Dead tomorrow. Maybe well, I don't know. You guys are probably busy on Thanksgiving. We'll find a Sunday. Sunday's probably the best time for me to do a gaming stream anyway. So
No Man's Sky tomorrow. Shit, that'd be fun.
All right, we'll see how everybody feels that's involved. But the Evil Dead, I think I may stream that on Thursday. Yes. The good news is I got City Skylines working again. They just had an update recently, and all the mods I was using on there decided to act funky. But I ended up running the game earlier this evening, and it seems to be okay. So I'll still be doing that too. But anyway, so Thursday, no matter who's involved, there's going to be a gaming stream on Thursday, and we'll get if you're on my Discord. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can do this without like hurting myself. What do we do here? Okay, so I am so new to this Discord stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. Be honest with you, which is fine. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, okay. We're doing it live. All right. So I'm gonna put this in the chat. Folks. Doing it live there, Billy. So this is my Discord link. So if you want to join my Discord, please do so. Not too much action on there, but if you get on Discord, you can join I'll open up the voice chat, and then you can talk dirty to me on Discord, or you could say nice things, you know, whatever your thing is. And then we'll do that. So, but that'll be our holiday. Well, maybe we'll do like an all day, well, no, a most of the day gaming stream, and we'll play Evil Dead and check out that game, because I have not played it yet. I just installed it. I set the settings up to where I want it to be. So we'll all be going in with fresh eyes, figuring out what the fuck that game is. And I hope it's funny. I hope it's a funny game too, because it's got Bruce Campbell in it, and I love Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is my Food Club Christopher Walken. So if I can't have Christopher Walken, I'll take Bruce Campbell. So okay. And I think that, and then of course we'll be back next Saturday night for more fun and adventure here on The Secret Show. Jimmy, do you have any final thoughts, anything that you want to plug or anything like that?
Just my show Monday through Friday. Come and check us out. I'm not going to plug that too much. I'm happy with where we're at. So stay high, everybody. Yes, stay high. Everyone stay high.
That's the name of the show. That's the name of the show.
I can't hear you. I might have an ear infection. What? Thank you.
I have a new show starting next week. It's called
Get Your Hand Off My Penis!
So be sure to check us out Monday through Fridays at 4:30 a.m. Eastern. It's called
Get it.
Get Your Hand Off My Penis!
Basically, it's just me walking around New York City with no pants and rubbing myself up on strangers, and then when they try to push me away with their hand, I push my penis toward their hand, and then I say,
Get your hand off my penis!
and that's the show. We don't.
No, my friend, no sexy!
We don't. There's no dialogue except if they, yelling and screaming at me to, get away from me. And then the only time I talk is when they touch my penis, and then I say,
Get your hand off my penis!
and that's the winner chicken dinner,
God.
and then everybody goes home happy. Yes,
What is the
gamer.
charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
I love that guy.
You're going to jail.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
So,
Oh.
that's what I'll say. That's the only thing I'll say is, and you, sir. Even if it's a lady, I'll say, and you, sir. Are you,
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
and then when they try to push me away, and then I stick my penis there in the way, and then they push me away, that's when I say,
Get your
yeah.
hand off my penis!
That's the whole show, and I hope to get monetized. Kelly says, man, I may not see all of you until next week. Have a good Indigenous Persons Subjugation Day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't really give thanks on that day either. I just call it Turkey Day because it's a lot easier to say, and there's usually turkey involved. Maybe I go down to the deli, get a turkey sandwich or something like that. So, okay, I think we plugged everything. I want to thank everybody in the chat that showed up tonight. I think I've shouted you guys out at the beginning. I don't, except for our Wales person there. That was very nice.
Starts it with Limp Bizkit, ends it with Limp Bizkit.
Really? Are you bringing Limp Bizkit? You're bringing that full circle?
Around. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Got it. Well, at least you're consistent. I'll give you that. So
exactly.
So this is pretty much the official end of the INN 1 year anniversary celebration today. I hope everybody, if you got the chance to enjoy it today, I hope you did. If not, just go to INN. They're still up there. You can it's if you're put it on the background tomorrow if you're doing something. There's a lot of great conversations, good clips from the past shows from all the members, or most of the members of INN, and it was a good time. And it was a really humbling experience to be a member of INN with all these folks. And Jimmy's in the mix too, of course. She's been helping us out a good bit too. We appreciate your efforts and everybody behind the scenes that's been helping us out. Thank you so much. And have a great night. Be sure to wash your ass. Otherwise, you may turn around and have some weird guy that comes up to you and,
Get your hand off my penis!
yeah, then you don't want to be that guy. Just show them your dirty ass and they'll run away, okay? Anyway, have a good one, y'all. Peace out, and stay frosty.
You're not such an asshole after all.
No, you were right. I'm just your kind of asshole.
Shut up, bitch!
groovy.